here he is. You probably best know him from the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games.
Deuter. The Deuter is in town, and Bob Burnquist is here. Bob, you've been in our studio before, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Nice to see you again.
He brought a
nice to be here.
skateboard. Like, is it like your security blanket?
Well, in a way, I like carrying it. You know, you never know when I got something to skate.
That's how they know. That's how they know it's really him. Like
you got some smooth ground outside the studio there. I was skating on.
Gina had a little issue this morning with longboarders.
Oh.
She,
I almost hit one.
there's a lot of longboarding that goes on here. You know, guys will ride the train up to it's like their ski lift. You know, they ride it up to the University of Utah, and then they come tearing down the hills here. But like in the middle of the night, no reflective clothing on, smoking cigarettes,
Going fast.
talking on their cell phones.
Added danger.
Yeah, yeah. That's
At least you realized that it was you that almost hit him and not him almost hit you.
That's true.
Because skateboarders always right.
that's what they tell me.
Bob, I was just reading something in the. I think I read it in the paper over the weekend about the Tour this time and what they're doing with skateboarding. They've changed something, and I don't understand it completely. But you're an expert in the vert, is that right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I enjoy all aspects of skateboarding, but definitely I've been competing in the vert for the most part.
And that means that's just the big.
That's the U-shaped ramp. That's a big U-shaped ramp. That's the vert. And I've been skating a lot of mega ramp lately, which is more of like the straight jump and then huge quarter pipe, the big, 27-foot quarter pipe and the 70-foot gap. I mean, that's another side of skateboarding. And then what the Dew Tour added this year was the bowl skateboarding. So the first two stops, Ocean City and Portland, we had the bowl.
And it was actually some kind of big concrete bowl that you could.
Yeah, I mean, it's a portable bowl. It's a pretty neat. It's designed by Chris Miller, and Chris Miller is one of the legends of skateboarding, and he's big into the bowls. And he designed this and put it on tour. And I think it's been a great addition. It added some different names and different people to it.
But here in Salt Lake, it's going to be vert.
Here in Salt Lake, we got vert, and I think we do have park, and we have moto, we have BMX, you have all kinds of things going on this weekend. And you can get all the info on allysports.com and find out everything, times and tickets. Ally Sports, yep. ALLI Sports, yeah. And then I think tickets on smithsticks.com. Smithsticks.com. So that's pretty much where you can find the info for that. But I'm going to be here skating the vert, and I'll also be signing autographs at the Toyota Action Hub, and it'll be from 2:30 to 3:30 on Friday, and from 5 to 6 on Saturday. So it's a great time to interact and meet people, and I'll be there.
And the Dew Tour is pretty incredible too, and it's a great setup down there because you can do all the indoor stuff. You can do all kinds of indoor stuff in the Energy Solutions arena, and then there's all the outdoor stuff set up in the parking lot essentially across the street. Yeah,
there's lots going on. I really enjoy the stadium skateboarding, the controlled environment, not much wind, not as hot. I mean, when we're out in Ocean City, it was really hot, and now we get that controlled. So Salt Lake City has always been a great venue for us, and being the Toyota Challenge is one of those times to really put it together.
Now, this is a competition, right?
Yes, it is.
How do you decide who wins? What's the scoring? Is there, or do you just go, he was cool, he was the best? How do you decide?
It's very subjective. Skateboarding is, it's an art form, so it's really a matter of what there's 5 judges, and I think they throw out the high and the low score, and I think the format now is that we get like 4 runs, and then there's a combination, or the best run, and it keeps going from one round to the next. So they judge on height, on combinations, difficulty, style. There's all these things that kind of they take into consideration.
Are there certain moves that you have to complete?
No, it's not like gymnastics or whatever that you have to or whatever. No, you can do whatever you want, but obviously, if you go from combinations and 540s and flip tricks and the most difficult and runs that you can possibly put together are the highest risk to fall. So if you put a really high risk run together and you don't fall, you're rewarded.
Let me ask you this. I was looking at your bio here, and it says Bob Burnquist completed a base jump after attempting a 50-50 into the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, that sounds weird, huh?
Yeah, the first attempt nearly cost
Knievel?
Burnquist his life after he missed the rail and fell out of control before regaining himself and successfully deploying his parachute. After some adjustments on the takeoff ramp, second attempt went off flawlessly. Where did you do this exactly at the Grand Canyon? Where? What is the 50-50, and why in God's name did you do it?
Well, it was in this place called Hellhold's Bend. Now, I don't know
That sounds
why.
safe.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just something that I actually saw Travis Pastrana do, you know, on this motorcycle before backflips were being done that much. And he kind of went out there and did a backflip into the Grand Canyon. And ever since I saw that, I was just like, well, that looks like fun. You know, I'd love to do something like that on my skateboard.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of, and I started skydiving and started base jumping and just kind of got things together and did this show for Discovery Channel and they wanted to put something together and I told them my idea and they didn't hang up the phone. They thought it was maybe possible and I ended up going out there and it was the funnest day of my life. And basically I just put together mega ramp skateboarding and base jumping. I put those two skills together. And the 50-50 is because I set up a rail, you know, to get technical with it. Because I felt like, you know, I could put a launch ramp up and just launch in there, but most, even guys that base jump that kind of know how to skate a little bit, would be able to do it. So I wanted to do something that only, you know, the skill of skateboarding that I had plus the base jumping. So that's why I chose that.
So you missed it the first time. And how scary was that for you? Did you think,
you know,
I really bit off more than I could chew this time?
No, it was fun. I think most people around me were in doubt, you know. And the cool thing is, like, I mean, I knew what I could do and what I had to do, but you couldn't test the ramp really anywhere. So the first jump was that test, and I figured out that I needed a little bit more launch ramp, so I kind of had to make some adjustments, and that's what that was. I had a helicopter for the day, and I did like 7 jumps, and you know, I'd land, and they'd pick me up and go back, try again, land, adjust the ramp, go again, you know, and it was a fun time.
And then one other quick thing about your bio here, and I'm very impressed. You know, I'm impressed by all of this stuff that you can do on a skateboard.
Thank you.
But this is impressive as well.
Uh-oh.
Bob has also started the Bob Burnquist Foundation to bring knowledge about organic farming and gardening to schools.
That matches everything else.
Yeah, and was one of the founders of Action Sports Environmental Coalition, a nonprofit organization that brings ecological awareness to skateboarders, surfers, and BMXers. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
great.
No, it's fun. I mean, you know, I got into the foundation, you know, for probably like 6 months, you know, with the Bob Burnquist Foundation, and then I just kind of put all my efforts, and I don't really have the foundation anymore. I just work with the ASEC, which is the Action Sports Environmental Coalition, so I put all my efforts behind that. And obviously bringing awareness of organic farming is important in today's world, and really what you eat and how you go about things. And I just started a garden with Chipotle Mexican Grill over at my house. So like we work on a little community garden. It's got all the menu items of Chipotle, and it's an organic garden right by the mega ramp. So it's something I can enjoy real quick, and we can have food for the community and local organizations, and you know, it's just important to me to have that connection, you know, and a lot of people in the world that we live in now, especially in the action sports world, there's this constant marketing towards things that aren't necessarily that great for you. So trying to correct and at least direct some kind of positive things.
It's counter to the image of, I mean, of what I was saying before of the longboarders coming down, you know, First South, smoking a cigarette, talking on their cell phones. It's a little counter to that image, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, and like with anything and anywhere, there's, you know, different personalities and different people. I mean, skateboarding can't be judged by the cigarette smoker.
Compostable?
No, I mean, there's, you know, I like the hybrid idea, you know. I mean, that's another thing too, is like being able to slowly kind of like get into it. I mean, you know, right now obviously with Toyota, like we drive the hybrid cars, so it's like, you know, half gas, half electric. You can't, you know, completely wean off the gas, or so it's kind of like under that premise,
right.
You know. And when it comes to boards, we've worked on bamboo boards and different
See, I was
things.
joking.
So it's good.
Yeah.
No, this is serious
The
business.
biodegradable skateboard is coming.
That's serious.
All right.
Bob Burnquist,
You tour it all this weekend.
the Dew Tour starting Friday.
Yes, we'll be out there. There's semifinals and finals on Saturday, but there's lots going on all weekend.
ALLI
Sports.com.
Thanks, Bob.